guys, what up? It's your boy Ty. We are back for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17, episode 16. Um, Real quickly, I'm gonna be rushing through this. I'm gonna be talking very fast. If I can't get the video done before I need to stop so I can cook. In fact, I might need to set a timer and I can watch. But I do need to cook, go to work and all that. And I gotta be there at 2:30. It takes about 15 minutes to get there and it's 12:42. So, if you need to slow it down, YouTube has that feature. I'm gonna be speaking very fast. I need to try to remember not to say any wordy dirts until we get to 5 minutes. Let's see if I can do that, because I'm not gonna lie, this episode did kind of have me heated. This time, I went back and watched and then rewatched. And I think that is a beautiful thing that content creators who are going to recap content should do. You should watch the content and then rewatch it. If you can cheat, like watch it on Netflix, 1.5 on the iPad. I might recommend doing that for like a longer series that you're recapping. Shout out to the person whose Peacock I'm using. They don't have no commercials. I know that's right. Because my God, today Bravo will commercial you to death. With that being said, real quick, if y'all haven't seen my review of the movie Strong with Chloe Bailey and Anna Diop. Oh my God. Lynn Whitfield, my God, today. If y'all haven't seen my review of their movie, y'all definitely go check that out. And then also I did a review of the show The Polygamist, the series on Netflix. Y'all definitely go check that out. If there's anything I want me to review, let me know. Drop me a comment and I'll look into it, see if it's something that is up my alleyway. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe, dislike, engage. We asking for free stuff, just engage. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. It's 2 minutes. Okay, all right. I'm trying not to cuss for the first 3. My God. Okay. So, I titled this Rum Bum Bum Bum, like the Rihanna song. I just completely lost my thoughts, so we're just gonna keep going. So my first note I put was Goodbye Scotland, and I put that dang trap music still buzz. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss the trap music. I cannot believe it. It's so simple, yeah, it's so Scotland, Atlanta. Like I liked it. And then I put bye Haggy, bye Ashley. All right. So moving on from there, I put Shamia's body looks great. When she was meeting up with her attorney, there were people trying to make fuss about her outfit. It's a full bodysuit. If my body is done, and we know how Atlanta go, and this is the bodies that we got, it's gonna look like this whether I got on this or a muumuu. She was dressed appropriately for her meeting, and she had on a long coat over it. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take this coat off when I get to the meeting, but when I'm walking around, here's the coat on. And then it wasn't even too tight. Like, I don't know, y'all gonna, anywhere that the audience can dart at Shamia or throw little jigs, whatever, that's what they're gonna do. Because there was nothing wrong with her outfit. I did see some discourse about that online. Like, she's going to meet her attorney like this, and this is why her run line isn't, shut up. All right. Next I put Drew ... Why would you set yourself up like this? And when I watched the first time, before I was watching to take notes, because the first time I just watched for enjoyment, I noticed Drew's behind looks. When LaToya said, I'm happy to see everyone except SpongeBob. At any rate, next I put damn, over 6 figures. I hope this run works out. Like, this is Shamia's second endeavor where she's mentioned she's over 6 figures. Now, let's be very clear. Gerald is Mr. HVAC. They live in a freaking museum. So, they'll be fine. But still, over 6 figures to invest in first her music. And now this rum company, I'm hoping she sees a return somewhere. A lot of us do like the song Never Had. It's pretty good. I wasn't as big of a fan as the Next Song t-shirt. But Never Had is like in my playlist still. Baby, come on, relax. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Like, I liked it. I was like, okay, old school R&B vibe. It's good. She has the connections. She's well known in Atlanta, so I just don't know why we haven't gotten. Like, one thing I can give Drew is, like, that album got a damn Grammy, not a Grammy nom. Like, and it's funny, I was watching, I don't think he was saying it like to be a hater. I think he was just, you know how it is. It's like, will it get this far? No, but it might get this, like a BET award. But Rodney the Voice is so funny. He was talking about it. He was saying, will it get a Grammy? I don't know about that. But and then she actually did end up getting a Grammy nomination for her album, Drew's album. And it was a good, cohesive piece of work. Shamia should have had a good, cohesive piece of work to put out. Even if you're just getting on the show, you're adjusting, you're trying to figure I really think, in the same way that Cardi and Offset's relationship hindered Cardi B's musical progression in ways, because even when I listen to Am I the Drama, overall it's a decent album, but if we're taken into the fact that it took 4 or 5 years, or maybe 5 or 6 years in between her next album, like, I hear her growth in certain records on the album, like Killing You Hoes. She slid on there. But there's other songs where I'm like, if you wasn't dealing with Offset and all his BS, you probably would have had more time to hone your craft and stuff. Yeah, Cardi always wanted to be the fun rapper. She ain't trying to be the queen of rap, no, none of that type of shit. But she would still have time to, hone herself. She sounds better on, like, Man of Your Word and stuff like that. But there are other records in the album that I can hear, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this was recorded closer to Invasion of Privacy time versus when she dropped Am I the Drama, because like you can hear it. You can hear how different she's enunciating and pronouncing stuff and flowing, and how smooth some records sound versus other records sound like she's fighting the beat a little bit. Overall, still a good project, but when you have that personal stuff going on, and to mirror that to Shamia, her issues with Portia, like, I really do, like, when she says she's seeing a therapist to navigate this group, I believe her. Unfortunately, Portia wasn't half the friend that Shamia was to her. And yeah, she showed the text messages. Yeah, she went to other people before she went to Portia. We've seen what happens when she goes to Portia. She starts playing with silverware and shit. She don't want to be accountable. Then she goes onto the bathroom and fake cries about her scam-ass divorce. Like, so we've seen what it looks like when Shamia tries to hold Portia accountable on camera. And normally, how somebody reacts on camera gives you an insight to how they'll react off camera. Even worse. We've heard Portia laugh about throwing a purse either at or in the direction of one of her family members on her show that's supposed to rehabilitate her image after getting with Fallon's ex. Yeah, Portia's family don't matter. We saw her joke about throwing a purse at somebody or something like that. So if she'll do that on camera, what the fuck do you think she's doing to her family off camera? I need y'all to use your brains. Portia don't look like somebody that you can hold accountable, be friends with on a deeper level or on a deeper capacity. And if you notice, she don't have many friends. She has Lauren. Who is this? I don't even recognize this light-skinned girl that is in her thing. She might be one of her workers or her assistant or something like that. But where are Portia's real friends at? Because this show ain't her friends. I would hope this ain't her friends on the show. All we can account for. But at any rate, neither here nor there. That glamour magic works wonders for Portia. Going back to Shamia though, if she wasn't so focused on being up Portia's ass last season, we probably would have been able to get a decent EP, a decent album, a mixtape, something. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this run business works out. Nonetheless, my next note is real quick on Drew. Why would you set yourself up for this when she was talking about the best booty or whatever? I put her Portia Peach ? When did Drew get her BBL? Because the timeline, like, I saw Drew walking the streets a couple weeks ago. We all saw her on social media. She was wearing like that brown outfit or whatever. I was like, well, she's definitely got her Portia upgrades in place. But her ass looked more like Portia's. When did she get this? And in this confessional also, with the wig right here, and, and this odd bodysuit and the makeup, like this like I'm confused on. I don't know. We'll see. Even at reunion, her body looks more closer to the Portia aesthetic that she's going for, or maybe that's just the Atlanta aesthetic in general. But Portia's the one who has it on the show. I don't know, but I'm confused about this butt mold and why. I'm confused about the timeline of Drew's surgery. It's clear she got it, but you know what? Nonetheless, moving on. K Michelle, if you not if you see my toes, then I put not socks on socks on socks. Then I put the piano is taking me out. Not your toes completely. Oh my God. Now I think I did see a picture online.
Bitch.
I wouldn't show mine either. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I love me some Kimberly. I do. She get on my damn nerves, and we're gonna have to drag her just a little bit this episode. But all right. I said next we should have had more Kay and Charles scenes. Like, and I don't like how Kay Michelle and Charles were like everybody in the first episode was like they were kind of being put up as this duo, and I was just hoping that we would see more of them. Like, it kind of felt like we might at least get 3 or 4 scenes where they could kind of bounce back with each other. We had it with Nene and Peter, you know what I'm saying? We had it with I don't know, was Greg with would he banter with any of the wives? Maybe Greg or Todd? I don't know, but it would have been nice to see Charles and K Michelle a little bit more. So next, I put Kay saying she thinks no differently of Angela because at least she put it on the table. No. This is equivalent to when people bring up Donald Dump, when they bring up him, and one thing about him, he just says it how it is. He's an old white man in a racist ass country. Duh, he can say how the fuck he feels. That doesn't, you don't get brownie points from me from just being blunt. You need to be blunt, but saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there have been times where I've talked about very, very sensitive matters, but because I'm making sense, I can still pull people over to my side to see what I'm saying. Down to, there was one time when we were talking about this couple, and my friend was trying to get input, and I was like, and it was actually my friend and a friend of their friend, and I was a little nervous to give my answer because the friend of their friend, this was only our second time hanging out. You give certain people pieces of yourself. You don't give out everything to everybody. So when the concept of this particular coupling having a child came up, I was honestly on the outside looking in, I don't think it needs to happen. I don't see the good luck to that child is basically what I said, more or less. But because I said it bluntly, but I also explained my logic behind it, the friend of the friend wasn't so jarred after I explained why I had that feeling. Because they kept cornering me on the if I wanted to divulge how I felt about the dynamics of the relationship and the person having a child on the way. I didn't agree with it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I was blunt and I had some logic behind it. I wasn't just being an asshole or being curt to just do it. And that's why, that's why I thought about Donald Trump and the fact that people give him all this type of, he just says it how it is. We don't even gonna get into politics on here. It's enough politicking on this show. So anyway, Angela does not get no points from me for putting it on the table because she put a lie on the table. We'll get to it. Next I put, Goddess Mo had me laughing. Is he okay? Because it looked like he in a headlock. Black people, I love our cadence when we be saying simple shit. It just be taking me out. Next I put, Charles, not put them 12s right here. Oh my God, is he being transphobic to his wife?
The volume is real loud over there.
Is he being transphobic to his wife? I'm just joking, but for real, y'all be annoying. If this lady is gonna talk about Shamia sleeping with this person, that person, and all that, yes, you better be glad all I'm talking about is your big feet. You better be glad that's all I'm talking about. Next, I put Angela be licking back at Charles. Like when she said, also, you can have a lady's legs in the air, something like that. Like, she really been getting him back for last season. Kudos to her. Next, I like Kay and Caston's connection. The relationship, we could discuss that. The rushing off, getting married, the lack of a prenup.
I don't like it.
The having women. Well, I mean, everybody's relationship is set up differently. And with K. Michelle, being that she's been with a woman before, I don't know if I look at it as, I just let my nigga do what he want to do now. I ain't gonna lie, when she did have that interview and she said he could do them, but he just can't be like doing stuff for them. And I was like, hey, what would be the benefit of messing with somebody married other than, I don't know what y'all do. Child, if they like it, I love it. I don't. At any rate, next I put Angela. Did you set the tone for you to be Phaedra's perfect victim? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. As far as I'm concerned, Angela was Junebug. This whole the shit with Shamia and the shit with Phaedra is so parallel. It cannot be. And then also, the YouTuber that I was talking about, I believe his name is Alex Hines. I believe a YouTuber, content creator, whatever. I watched We Go, Taria's podcast, and she had all his receipts. Like, she was just playing the audio, and then she was like, "How do y'all feel? Does this, change what y'all think about the situation with Phaedra and Angela?" And basically, like, Angela put, like, just like Portia said, she's ditzy, but at the same time, Portia ain't a fool. When Kenya walked up in there with that donkey booty, Phaedra's that your song too? She might not be the smartest, but she knows some damn shit, and she knows when some producer shit is going on. I started to think Angela did this to her damn self. Me too, Portia. Me too. And the fact that Angela making me agree with Portia, ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh.
I said, okay, it's time for me to fight. So what you said.
But, yeah, you made yourself Phaedra's perfect victim by setting up that storyline to get back at Charles. And you knew that Phaedra was the easiest one to malign because her character is already shit in the gutter. So at any rate, speaking of Taria and We Go, her podcast, what else is going on? She broke down Shamia's victim mentality in her own point of view, and this is the first time I've been able to completely grasp where somebody is coming from when they say Shamia needs to be accountable. Now, there are certain things, the show and the text messages of Portia's last season and all that stuff, like, yeah, okay, that can be a conversation for sure. It's not going to be a bigger conversation than you missing both of my weddings and my baby shower, but it can be a conversation. It's not going to be a bigger conversation than you throwing your pussy on my Range Rover after being 4 hours plus late to my birthday. Literally, it was sunshine. It was daytime when all the girls was meeting, and Kenya was asking Britt about that ring, and Britt got pissed, and Angela Wig was sliding to the back. Like, it was daytime when that was happening. And Portia showed up at night. So, but again, there could be a conversation for that. It ain't gonna be bigger than those conversations, but it could definitely be a conversation of that. So Taria was talking about what Shamia does need to be accountable for is the way she came at Drew. And once she broke it down, I am not gonna hold you. Portia was still the more venomous of the two out of that duo that was coming for Drew last season, but Shamia definitely does like. Well, at this point, I would just, let it be where it is. But Shamia definitely did come for Drew last season, for sure. Once she broke it down, the meeting with Ralph, I was willing to write that off because I feel like she did that for Portia. She looks uncomfortable in the scene if you watch it back. However, I will say And then also, like, again, there are power dynamics at play. Yes, Shamia set this up, but is she asking Ralph how he eat pussy? Verbatim. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain point, you just set it up, but you know, just like the laughing at Angela, or laughing at Angela, when we're laughing at Portia saying she'll fuck Angela's husband. Laughing, saying it. Laughing, saying, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But at any rate, she really did do the most with Drew. Not as much as Portia did, but she still did do the most with Drew. And then the apology after, and then in the apology video, which, Shamia, please don't ever fucking do that again. Oh my God. I still have not been able to watch the whole video. Because I can't, I'm one of those people, it's something about cringe moments that, like, it just makes me, I wish, when I get back into therapy, I'm going to figure out how to navigate those better. Because I don't always know how to vocalize myself. Like, for instance, I was in, and I think I was wearing this shirt too. I was at work last week, and this lady was like, or was it last week? Might have been the week before last. But this lady, she was like, you know you look good, don't you? And I said, or she said something, she just kept reeling it in that I look good. And it did get to a point where it's like a little uncomfortable, like, so I'm trying to, and then she ain't got no teeth. It was a lot going on. Oh my God, y'all, my first day on the floor. Real quick, story time. I just feel like if you're gonna be a bougie customer, you need to be bougie within your right. And you're not gonna come up to this register. You already showed me your ID, and now you're talking about some, I don't get carded across the other place. Why the fuck you ain't go to the other place? And then you showed me the ID with no attitude. It was an older white man, of course. So, you know what I'm saying? You showed me the ID with no attitude. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, we good. I ain't got to deal with no entitlement. You know, you showed the ID, we good. He brings that up and then some other shit. And then when I don't give him the reaction he wants, then he start going into, I hate how the government's tracking us, man. No, bitch, I'm not your friend. So at any rate, the point is, you're not finna get an attitude with me, and you got Franzia box wine. He was trying to get the deal, but you gotta have your account set up. You not finna get an attitude with me and you got Franzia wine, sir. Fuck you. And then later on that day, like an hour or two later, this man came in asking for colostomy bags. Y'all, that's something your doctor will give you. But not even that. Fuck the stupidity of doing that. He raised his hand up and I saw it.
Yuck!
What the fact. So at any rate, back to the review. Yeah, Taria broke down, like, okay, I can see Shamia and Drew having honest beef. I've stated a couple reviews that there was some behind the scenes scuttlebutt of Shamia trying to meet with somebody to put out that Angela and Charles getting those donations for the gala, they used them for like gambling or something like that. If that is the truth, I mean, Angela's not gonna cop to that, but that would make sense why she's coming for Shamia so hard. Not Sharia. At any rate, that was a good perspective. It did kind of put me in the mindset of, okay, now I see what Shamia needs to be accountable for. As far as last season goes. Next, I put, it's good to see Pilar smiling and enjoying the camera. Can I say something? Is this how Rodney feel? Oh my God. You know, when I be saying prayers for PJ and justice for PJ, I don't be joking, y'all. The same way Portia gets dead in the eyes with people. Like, I saw a lot of that in Pilar and have seen a lot of that in Pilar. And also when they're on camera, one thing that I noticed is it's almost like Pilar looks at Portia to respond. Like, I know y'all be thinking people just be hating on Portia, but it's like, no, we really calling her out for her BS. And if you watch how she conducts herself with other grown women, like, let me just say this. If you an ain't shit husband, you an ain't shit daddy, there's no way that you could be a great role model for your children if you're not a great role model for your partner. And that don't go away because the genders are different. And then when you look at how Portia treats her friends, her family, I worry for Pilar. I do. But I will say it's nice to see her smile. It still looked like it was some moments where she was looking at Portia like, how do I react now? The children will talk one day, so we'll see how that goes. But their pictures were cute. The moment was cute. Pilar had me hollering when she said, hold your belly. Them kids gonna tell the truth if nothing else. My God. Next I put Lauren funny as fuck. Are you going? Oh my God. Next I put Deella is so adorable. But where them other children? I don't remember the break. Well, no. Because Derek might have other kids, but Pinky, he knocked her up 3 times back to back. No Drake Meek. So I'm trying to figure out where the fuck is these other kids, unless they just don't want to be on the camera, which I respect it. Next I put Angela fans should have been done. And I put, if they aren't by reunion, you are truly the new spring summer joggers. You are Sheree, and not in a good way. Even to be honest, I wouldn't even say in the bone carrier way, because to be honest, Sheree didn't come off as thirsty and pressed to, put her castmates, business out as far as like being a bone carrier and stuff. And she wasn't even concocting shit. Like, she was literally just taking what they said back in the scenes to them. So never mind, you're below spring, summer, and joggers. So I hope you got these fans out. Now, who gonna buy them? I don't know, because from what I heard, you can get the same ones on Temu and Amazon for $10 to $20, and she's gonna be selling them for $50. And then I'm not gonna lie, based on how she was styled in the promo shots, like with the roller set, the diamonds, and then the jewelry that's supposed to look like diamonds. I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I want to get better at. Like, I know real jewelry when I see it, but there'll be sometimes where it's like, okay, is this like, what? I want to get more educated on jewelry. But at any rate, the look that she had, like, okay, yeah, this fan gonna be a little up there. Hopefully she don't turn the fans off before we get to, well, I mean, now we got reunion coming. I thought they said we weren't supposed to get it till August, but the finale is next week. So as long as we don't have any more taking a week off or breaks or anything, it should be reunion after this. So hopefully she got the fucking fans ready. I put Charles hilarious, not turn to the next person and then turn his chair to the lady. I can see why Charles, like, he's an asshole for sure, but I can see likability in Charles, even though he is an Andre ass nigga. Oh my God, when he was sitting down on the damn floor at the damn yoga event, Jesus. I was just like, he just looked grumpy as fuck. But at any rate, he being there for Angela, so. Next, I put Phaedra scene with Aiden, had me screaming. He just like her. I had put out a tweet, and it was so funny to me because, like, one of the things I was talking about last night with my friends who was on PUBG, and I was saying I have accepted that, I don't want kids. But if I was going to have kids, I accepted that I wasn't going to care about them using cuss words, because the reality is I cuss every damn day. Now, would I, in fact, she was talking about, my sister, she was talking about one of the shows she was watching, and this dude had sex when he was 21, and then didn't have sex for 8 years. His father was a pastor, all this stuff. And I was like, sex for 8 years? And I was really stuck on that. But then when I thought about cussing, I said, you know what? I could stop having sex for 8 years if I had to choose between that and cussing, because I'm not going to be able to not cuss for 8 years. I can't do it. Mouth of a sailor baby on both sides of the family. But let's see. Nonetheless, I said that I accepted that my kids, like, I would be fine with them cussing. Now, I wouldn't want, don't cuss at me, you know, listen, don't get stupid. Don't cuss at me. You know, and then also, of course, you know, have the conversation of, hey, this is in-house behavior. We don't do this outside in public. You know what I'm saying? So it would come with parameters, but I would be okay with that. But I think that's a part, like, I brought that up to say that same mentality is kind of what gave with me, or what this scene gave me with Phaedra and Aiden, because you can't even be mad at your son for saying he want to smell edible. She was saying he smelled like cinnamon. He was like, that's good. I want to smell edible. All she could say was, child, because she know that's some shit Phaedra would say. It would be more explicit, you know. But that had me screaming. Like, that was funny. I think it is best for me to receive Phaedra as a mother. Her other attributes about her, I am not so keen on. I do like the business aspect of her, all as shady as it may be. Well, no, not as shady as it may be, but all shade aside from the things I've heard. But she's a hustler, you know, she loves those children. Her and Apollo maybe have some stuff that is, but as far as those children, like, I can never take that away from Phaedra. Like, her relationship with her sons, I like to see it. I do. Don't care for her, but I like to see the relationship with her sons. Next, I put our little yodeling queen. I'll miss their banter, Shamia and K. Michelle. Next, I put K. Michelle. I get you, but I don't see the monster you speak of. Shamia does have a lot of personal stuff going on, and then she's also fighting with these girls. And like she said, she's in therapy navigating this group. So I can see her being a little different from how she was when you first met her, but I just don't see this monster that you speak of. Next, I put, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to probably have to pause, but let's see. I forgot. Y'all, we still got this page of notes, this, and I'm on this. This is page number 2 out of 5. Oh my God. Yep. We're going to get through as much as we can, though. I put, whoa. Portia got in Portia. Portia is crazy. I put Portia, but I think I meant to put K. Michelle. Got in Portia. Oh no, Portia got in K. Michelle's ear is what I meant to put. Because unless Dennis lied about where he was taking Pilar, which is plausible, I ain't gonna act like Dennis and Portia don't be on bullshit. And Pilar is not above it. And this another thing too, all this grandstanding of she's using my child and Diane and Pilar are my heart. Now I will give Portia this. Her buying the house for her mother was good. She should. She kicked her out of that first one. So, or kicked her out of her home. So the buying the home was sweet. Now why y'all stupid bitches online think that this is some kind of gotcha? Because I had put a tweet up about, let me see. Basically, I don't feel like going to go see it. Basically, I put a tweet up saying, y'all hate when we state facts. And shout out to the people who reviewed it. A couple of people did like and retweeted. I think Roddy the Voice did, Erica Nero did. So shout out to everybody for the love. And a couple other people too. I think some of my mutuals. I think Scotty by Nature might have liked it, but whatever. But the point is, I was saying y'all hate when we state facts. The truth of the matter is, Portia don't know if she'll be able to afford that house with that $7 million lien on it, or whatever the fuck the situation is. She's trying to sell this house to get money for this house, but she also just bought a house for Diane outright in cash. Now, Portia seems to be doing well for herself, but if she was able to afford this house, it wouldn't take all this process to maintain it and hold on to it. And then she just said, in a couple episodes ago, that she was praying, or talking about praying about, she ends up in the house, If she don't, she don't. So obviously, this is not a house that she can afford. So just because she bought Diane a house cash out, that don't have shit to do with the fact that she is still fighting to stay in the marital home. I'm glad she put Diane up. That's great. She should. Because Diane was there for her when Cordell kicked her ass out and divorced her ass. So y'all have all this, I don't know if y'all internalize the show the same way we do. We're passionate about who we're passionate about. We dislike who we dislike. But like, even I acknowledged, and a lot of people was laughing at this tweet too. So it could have been those people I mentioned. They could have been laughing at either tweet. But another tweet that I put out that went semi-viral is still kind of getting traction and stuff. I was laughing at Kelly and like some of the jabs that she had for Portia. XOXO, the Hobbit you hate. Yeah, I was had my legs up open with nobody's boyfriend, nobody's husband, nobody's wife. You know, the shit she was reading Portia down. You know, fucked every Nigerian in Atlanta. So I was just giving Kelly the props. I said, y'all won't acknowledge it, but Kelly be wearing Portia out. She be on her neck bone, and you got fans under there. Well, now she's toothless and homeless, and she's fighting to stay in the house. She's in Shamia's property, and she's going through a divorce, just like Portia was with Cordell. All of these women have personal hot messes in their life. We talking about the jokes, baby. Stay on topic. I don't. It's not about what Kelly got going on in her personal life. She joking on Portia. She know how to get Portia aggravated and activated. And it's funny to watch. That's it, and that's all. That ain't got shit to do with what's going on with Kelly and her finances. I don't give that much of a shit. I wish the best of her. Good luck for Portia to, you know, keep this marital house. I heard she just filed an extension for 2027, I think, if I'm not mistaken, to start making payments. Maybe she's on the way, maybe she's not. I don't fucking know, and I don't care that much, y'all. It's just a show. It's not that serious. But at any rate, there was something else I wanted to mention. I don't know. Like I said, though, it's plausible that Dennis was not being honest that he was bringing Pilar over to Gerald's house. But then again, I don't think that was the case. And yeah, for her to do all this, Pilar in my heart, girl, you was willing to have her daddy thrown in a Mexican prison. Y'all know how it is for Americans, especially black ones, to get locked up across the fucking seas in foreign territory, bitch. And she was saying, literally, after just going off of season 13, y'all wanted to sit there and deify her as this, you know, active, with her, shout out to Contrary Canary, actorvism. Yeah, with her actorvism. Off the heels of that, you on your show, which is again supposed to rehabilitate your image after getting with that lady's husband, tell my son, throw my baby daddy in a Mexican prison. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? That don't make sense. That don't make sense. It don't. So at any rate, fast forward to last season, and you saying you film with Drew, you're gonna make things hard for you and Pilar. Basically, she's gonna keep Pilar away from him. Whether or not they were acting their asses off, that is some trifling ass shit.
Let's work on that.
To do and say, knowing that you didn't have your motherfucking daddy growing up. Because from what I heard, Diane was the other woman. I don't know that to be true. I'm not sure. If so, the apple don't fall from the motherfucking tree. But that was trifling as fuck. For her to sit there and say that you keep filming with Drew and you're not going to have access to your child. But see, all she got to do is twerk and show them damn 32 teeth and counting, and y'all forget about all that. We don't forget. We don't forget. In the words of Cardi B, we got the footages, baby. The fuck? It's all this grandstanding about PJ and, oh, she might want to poison me. And, no, she can't be around my daughter. I don't fuck with, girl, shut up. Shut the fuck up, Portia. So at any rate, I put, how the fuck is he sneaking her over? Like I said, he could be lying about where he's bringing Pilar, but if Dennis and Gerald have a relationship, if Denald is a thing, then why would Dennis need to lie about it? I don't, and Shamia, I feel like either on her Carlos King interview or on, it was some type of platform. I feel like Shamia had said that they were still hanging out, the children were still hanging out when they resumed filming season 17. So yeah, they had that situation on Reunion, the back and forth and all that, and the text exchange, but the children were still hanging out at the beginning of season 17. My theory of when Portia made the decision was when Portia invited all of them to the main cast event, and it also worked to her favor. on the producer side of things, because it's looking like, Portia is being the bigger person by inviting Shamia over to the house, which is cute until you know how the show works. This is a main cast event. This is the first cast event. You cannot not show up to the first cast event. That's not how this works. Now, as you get more seasoned, they may allow certain women to be able to get away with doing certain things, but everybody, especially on their first season or second season, is definitely going to be at the cast event, the main casting event. So that was not this big grandiose Portia inviting her into her house. I still am hollering at the ghost of Simon that they edited in that house. But this was not that. This was not that. If anything, what this was, all right, I'm going to have to be the bigger person and invite her to my house, but you know what? I get the stunt. I get the stunt and I get the flex. And also, the center peach is back, because if y'all don't think for a second Portia was not pissed the fuck off last season, I believe Shamia wholeheartedly when she said, Portia said, you have everything, let me have this. I believe her wholeheartedly. And let me tell you this, icing on the cake. Shamia was the motherfucking glue for season 16. Now, she was set up to be the anchor. She fell short, but she was set up to be the anchor of the group. She said, I am the glue. She ran down how she knew everybody and how everybody was connected. Yes, they gave Portia that first scene, which I felt like was to appease her and her running in makeup. Do we believe Portia works out? Honestly, I don't. So that was awkward and misplaced, but nonetheless, they wanted to appease her by doing that. But Shamia had the opening scene, if you ask me, of season 16. So, you know, there's elements to this that are going on in the background. But nonetheless, Portia invited her over, cast event, first cast event. You didn't have no choice in the matter. Now, Shamia showed up late, passive aggressive, whatever. Gerald's birthday, she did not get an invite. Portia. That is when I think that the decision was being made based on Portia's character and how she moves and maneuvers and navigates. If they were still, because I feel like somebody said the children were still hanging out when they were filming season 17, when they began filming. And then also for Shamia to bring it up so far into the Scotland trip, like this could have been a conversation a while ago, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what happened once the Gerald birthday happened. And then you got to look at things from a power move. You invited Phaedra, but you ain't invite Portia. So I think Portia felt a way about that. You know, Portia can do this stoic, I am Giselle of Real Housewives of Atlanta thing where I don't care, things don't bother me, and I'm unbothered. It's a lot more work to look unbothered with somebody than to actually just, hey, how you doing? And keep moving. So that's just my theory on it. And then also I watch Shamia's facials when Kate was talking about basically he abducting his child to bring him to your house or whatever. And she was looking like, what are you even talking about? Where are you getting this from? So that's why I said K. Michelle must have talked to Portia, and Portia must have spun things a certain way. Because I feel like somebody said the kids were still hanging out when they started filming season 17. And y'all are acting like that's so preposterous for them to hang out. Y'all, this is a friendship of 20 years. Not only are Portia and Shamia friends, Portia was closer to Shamia's sister at one time. Their families are interjoined. How many of y'all go to Thanksgiving and family functions with your family pedophiles?
Get somebody else to do it.
Let's just go ahead and get right into it. With family members who have, you know, done truly actual egregious things, and you still see them every Thanksgiving, every family function. Like these are black people in familial units joining together. It ought to be dysfunction with one black family. It ought to be dysfunction in both of them. They come together, because Shamia family ain't perfect. Their damn mama, I feel like Shamia's mama set herself up for failure. She is not someone who Shamia should go to for advice. Shamia mama gave me Mama D real bad, not just because the resemblance a little bit, but it gives me, I was a pimp back in the day, now I'm saved. But when you don't take the time to really, really get healed with yourself before you just lead into this religion and stuff like that, so that way you can chew what you need to chew and spit out what you don't need, it becomes this, like, that's how you get the people-pleasing aspects and the willing to go along to get along. people are using that clip of Sarah saying, Miss Diane is my sweet friend, and blah, 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 this, that, and other. That to me came off as some church lady, you know, nice, nasty type of shade. Like, you know, we're cool, babe. Like, you know, it was very dry. It wasn't nothing to use as a vindication clip for me. But the people are using that clip from like 2022, 2023 of Miss Sarah saying that about Diane. I think all of the women, the daughters, the mothers, and if they don't stop this pattern, the daughters of them, Shamia and Portia's daughters, will continue this cycle of, you know, one foot in, one foot out with these people who really don't have a positive, healthy relationship together. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I say all that to say, it's not that weird when you look at it from the lens of they families are interjoined or interconnected. You know what I'm saying? Like they've probably done holidays, numerous of holiday events and family trips together. So no, it's not as simple as just divorcing your friend. But y'all praise stoicism and ice queen behavior. That's why y'all like Giselle and Portia, and you don't like Candace, who will cry and show emotion. Y'all are not comfortable with that, so it'll wake something nasty in you. I would rather see somebody really go through their feelings, like Shamia. I want her to stop fucking apologizing. Don't get me wrong. And I done tagged on her wig, tugged on her wig a couple times during this review, so let's not act like she's perfect. But I would rather her crash out, seek some damn resolve in her own way, talk to her therapist about how to better engage with these ladies, than sit there and walk around like Portia, or stand there and walk around like Portia, like she's unbothered and going dead in the eyes and shit. Like, at any rate. Next I don't disagree with Shamia's reasoning, to be honest. As far as when she was talking to K. Michelle. Like, at the end of the day, Portia brought up the moms. I don't give a fuck if it was on season 16 reunion and we're on episode or season 17. We've already established Shamia doesn't speak up when the moment is there. And like she said, I was trying to salvage the friendship. Even though it was still nasty, Portia's mom said, watch the dog that carries the bone. Shamia brought up that Portia ran that back to Shamia, knowing damn well it would make Shamia feel a type of way. Like, why would you do that? And then you did it on camera too. That could have been a personal text. Hey, we just filmed the scene. I just want you to know my mom, blah, blah, blah. Like, the way Portia brought it back, she wanted Shamia to feel the type of way. I don't care what nobody says. And when you're dealing with passive-aggressive people who are secretly in competition with you, they'll do stuff like that. Like, I don't know why people are acting like the framework that we see of Shamia and Portia's relationship, that goes on times 10,000 in their real lives. I could think there were probably many a times where Portia has made little side comments towards Shamia, and she just kind of had to look. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? But you know, she goes along to get along. People please her. She doesn't mean it like that. She didn't mean it like that. She's explaining away shit in her head. Like, that wears down on a person's psyche. It wears down on how they view the person. They learn to put up with the bullshit. Like, when she said this friendship is a divorce, I believe her. And her accountability needs to be moving forward. I don't contort myself for people. I am who I am. I am Shamia. I'm that bitch. She need to wake up and understand that shit. And walk around and cuss these hoes out. We'll get to it. But nonetheless, I don't disagree with her reasoning. Like I said, she mentioned to Cynthia what Miss Diane said. We get to the reunion. Portia says her mom does something egregious. They say, we're just not going to talk about the moms, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't Portia. Portia didn't apologize for what there was nothing. They literally said that reunion, had their back and forth, and then resumed filming, maybe a month later? So nothing got resolved. There was no, let's agree to not talk about the mom. There was none of that. And even if it was, baby, you jabbed me. And we, like I said, Shamia's a people pleaser. Maybe I don't recall in the clips them saying we're just not going to discuss the moms. I recall Shamia trying to shut it down, but I don't recall there being a general consensus amongst the two. And then Portia promptly apologizing for even mentioning what Sarah did, Miss Sarah. So at this point, Shamia done crashed out, and it involves your mama catching the stray. Oh well, she'll be okay, because I'm the dog that carries the bone. And now she walked both y'all like a dog. So what's up? From generation to generation, baby. Cheers.
Fuck you.
Cheers to the Girls Night Weekend. You better watch those B words. At any rate, next I put Portia deserves some discipline for how she does these women. Shrugs. Like, I start at point A when it comes to problem solving, conflict resolution, whatever we're doing, I'm gonna start at point A. I'm not starting at point S. And that's what y'all do. Y'all start at point Shamia. Y'all start at point K. Y'all start at point Kenya. Kenya and Portia. Curb ass bitch, you're on the curb where you belong. Up until Portia said that, I truly believe that Kenya and Portia could have got back on the right track. I feel like that sealed Portia's fate with Kenya right there. We was gonna be at odds every time. And then you add on, which y'all don't acknowledge is, Portia did the same shit that Candy, to Kenya that she did to Candy. All that riding for Phaedra being her lap dog. Yeah, well, we want to talk about lap dog. Let's talk about the original lap dog. Portia has, for better or worse, blossomed into the center peach. But let's not forget, and shout out to those, whoever tweeted it. Who was it? Oh my God. It was one of my mutuals. He said that Portia needs to thank Kenya because she almost didn't have a fucking second season. She needs to thank Kenya, and she needs to thank Nene and Candy because they saved her ass after pulling Kenya's hair. But yeah, Portia used to be Shamia. Need I remind y'all? Portia used to be Shamia. She was corny. And I know he'll Shamia. So y'all be watching the same show I do? Don't get me wrong now, that was the beginning, but I'm just saying, let's start at A. You know what I'm saying? She didn't come on this polarizing person. And if you ask me, this is more or less, she's a bit better than Giselle in terms of can dress and is funny and can be enjoyable. But outside of that, it's an empty vase. It's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Andy likes and his black women. So neither here nor there. Starting with her relationships with all the women on the show, like I said in one of my previous reviews, she only didn't have beef, either my review or my analysis of the current landscape. As I said, she managed to miss out beefing with 4 women on the show. Kim Zolciak, Kim Fields, Tanya, and Shamari. Everybody else on that show she's had contention with. So at some point, baby, you're the problem. You're the fucking problem. Nonetheless, I really feel for Shamia. As far as her saying she needs therapy to navigate the group. And I think it's just, she has a lot going on personally and trying to navigate this show. And in the way that having to come to reality with the fact that, oh, I'm not gonna, like, Portia's really, like, granted they weren't in the closest of places at this time. And yeah, Portia didn't go to celebrate her, but I truly do think Shamia thought it was gonna take Portia a while to adjust, but we were gonna come on and be the best of friends. Excuse me. We were gonna be frick and frack, finalized, or the frick and frack 2.0, the original frick and frack, whatever. Like, I really do think that's what Shamia thought she was going to get from Portia coming into this show. The signs were there to not get that. As I have stated, they are in what seems to be, because I'm not a licensed therapist, but what seems to be a very codependent relationship. Portia is the narcissist. Shamia is her supply. Once the supply start acting up, it's nothing for a narcissist to disperse and discard you. It's nothing. We've seen how she goes dead in the eyes, goes out of her way to make Shamia feel a type of way by saying certain things to Kelly, or that speech she gave to Phaedra this season. So, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I said she needs to boss up on them hoes. And then I initially was saying she need to hop in her Kenya bag and cuss them hoes out and fold her legs. But she also needs to invoke a spirit of Candy and say, I can afford to take care of other very motherfucker on this couch if I wanted to, including Andy baby. Now, granted, Candy money is Candy money, Shamia money is Shamia Gerald, but still, you get married to join a fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know. Cause I don't know. I don't know. That's one area where I'm like, dang, I don't know how to feel. Cause even K Michelle made a comment about Shamia trying to prove she the breadwinner in her museum house or whatever, in her $9 million house or whatever. I don't ever think women should not have their own. Cause if Gerald wake up one day and want to divorce Shamia, you know, her lifestyle would change drastically. Like, it is what it is. But for the time being, I can take care of every motherfucker on this couch, and that's what the fuck Shamia needs to say on that motherfucking reunion. God damn it. And then I said, Kay, fuck all that. You've matched energy for less in terms of her saying that you don't meet wrong with wrong. Kay Michelle, you bought me in her face with some flowers. Now granted, she did need to smell the roses. Nico wasn't shit. And, you know, she suffered her consequences of dealing with him for as long as she did and putting up with certain stuff. But you bought her with some flowers for a nigga she was deciding to deal with. I don't believe he was out here. I can't remember because it's a Love and Hip Hop, baby. This is a long time ago. But, by the way, we are going to stop there. I'm going to have to come back because I got to cook and go ahead and get ready for work, child. But I will finish the rest of this for you tonight. But nonetheless, I don't recall him really coming for Kay. I recall it being the other way. Now, yes, she was standing up for her friend, but still. But nonetheless, we'll leave off on there, and I will see y'all when I get back tonight. Hey, you guys, what up? It's your boy Ty. We are back. As you can see in my eyes, Nina Simone. I'm feeling good. Okay, so anyway. I'm glad this ain't a Potomac review because y'all bitches show is colorist, so I know y'all texturous. Alright. Feeling like a super saiyan in this bitch. Alright, at any rate, you guys, I'm back to, you know, get on with this motherfucking review. This thing finished. I got off work, played the game a little bit so I could decompress. And we got our good right here. Yeah, a bartender. I ain't gonna lie, don't disturb me because I was keeping the aesthetic just for y'all. So. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and get back to where we started at. Alright, so I don't celebrate Halloween, K Michelle. I would be interested because I do know, and let me say this, I'm gonna give credence to K Michelle's upbringing. Like, her father was an African-American study teacher. Now, all that can be your reality and you still be whitewashed in one way or another because of the reality of this country and this world that we're living in and how anti-Black it can be. And that's a real conversation. With that being said, and she mentioned that when she was talking to Jason Lee and, you know, addressing the skin bleaching rumors that people have had that's been going on for a while. Excuse me. I say this to say maybe her version of Christianity is not westernized Christianity, but anytime, the women start doing that, just like with Pinky, back when they were doing the sound bath, and she said it feels like a cold. Like, there's certain things that Black people say that's just ignorant as fuck, and I'm like, yeah, you're not traveled enough. You haven't experienced enough with the assumption that you're making at this moment with certain topics. The Reiki moment when Pinky was one of them. Now, to be fair, the Scotland, people could say the Scottish trip when they kept making remarks about Black people living there. And some people could say that was ignorant. Now, to me, I kind of was. There are countries that are out of America that feel like, okay, I'm going to see some Black people there, or people of color, or people that look close to my complexion. Scotland is not one of those places. So, like, when they went to the club and they were shocked, I was shocked with them. I'm not going to lie that it was that meeting. Like, it looked like a club in Atlanta. But with that being said, that was just an observation that I had. But even then, with the I don't celebrate Halloween, okay, you still could, you don't have to go and dress up. You can still go support her though. So I was just kind of like, whatever, Kate. Like, I get it. I hear you. And I'm willing to, like I said earlier, I gave her that, that piece of, okay, maybe this ain't just no ignorant ass shit. Because, like, if you really look into, like, I don't know. It's just a lot of things that Christians look at as the boogeyman. And it's like, y'all really need to be looking at the religion itself. And don't get me wrong, when I look at most religions, I think of them as babies in bathwater. Meat and bones. Chew what you need, or as in the words of the diva, Erica De Niro, take what resonates with you and compost the rest. That's it. Chew the meat, spit the bones. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, there are good principles that exist within certain religions and religious practices, but at the same time, a lot of that shit be bullshit. A lot of people weaponize it when it's convenient to them. One of the biggest misquotes in the Bible as far as Christianity that y'all love to hang on to as black people because y'all have no power anywhere else is the whole misquote about homosexuality. They were speaking about men using their penises as weapons, and that's what y'all niggas do when y'all beating the pussy up. You notice how every time a nigga references sex with his girl, it sounds like some shit that's violent? Yeah. They were talking about men fucking other men in that regard. Dominating other men with their dicks. That's why men go around swinging their dicks everywhere. Nobody gives a fuck about consensual homosexual relationships. Jesus don't care about that shit, and you shouldn't either, bitch. Y'all hoes just be latching on to some type of power, and it's so sad to watch. It really is sad to watch my people be like, that could be a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? But it's so sad to watch black people do unto other black people the way that they have probably done in their life. It's very sad to watch. And I'm going to just end off on that because we ain't coming in for that. But at any rate, going back to what I was saying. Hey, child, I can't read my motherfucking handwriting. Candy bag. I remember I brought that up. Hey. Let me see. Oh my God. Hey, what does that say? P-O-O. Oh, hey, Pooch. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hey, Pooch. Emphasis on ... I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we're all getting older. We know how, well, if you know, then you know, how the American healthcare system is set up, how nutrition is held as this whole thing when you're in school, but when you get into the reality of the real world, well, lower school, like, elementary class and all that, they push nutrition, gym, all that, but that's not really what America is about. That's not really how America sustains its citizens. Do your own research. Hell, you don't even really have to research. You can't even eat the healthy shit right now. We're having recalls on lettuce and fruit and shit. So, because of mass production and, capitalism and all that stuff. So, with that being said, I take all that into effect, but when you're a celebrity of a certain status, and I mean, that doesn't always equate to your money, but I'm just saying, you got a piece of a leg up. And, like I said, emphasis on Pooch. And then I don't think Drew made it better with the 2 decades comment. Like, I don't know if the game was the biggest role Pooch Hall had, and after that, I don't know what happened. I don't want to speak, I don't know his story. I don't know what happened. But he just looked very different from the Pooch Hall that I last saw on the game with Drew Sidora and Melanie. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. I said, I don't know about, IDK about EGOT, but hey, oh yeah, I said, but hey, because, and it's funny, I was watching Rodney The Voice, and he mentioned Drew's album, and I mean, it was kind of like tongue-in-cheek. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the review, but it was tongue-in-cheek, and he said something about, the album might not get, I feel like I mentioned this before, but basically he said, is it gonna get a Grammy? Probably not, but it might get a BET Award or whatever. And it's funny because it did get a Grammy. So, shout out to Drew for that. I can't take nobody's talent away from him. Like, Drew has a quality album. I listen to, let me see. Drew Sidora. And I'm gonna give her this now because I'm about to drag her later. So on my thing, I have Spin the Block, I Did It To Me, Single Again. I really love the melody on that. Love Again, and I Got Five on it. I Got Five on it. Every time I smoke, I listen to that song. I love the song. I love the re-edition that they did. Not gonna lie, it's called Affirmations. You got this nigga doing all this cussing about his lady. It's a little, but I mean, you know how y'all niggas speak, so. But outside of that, I love the song. I really do. And I done put a couple of my friends onto it too. That and All Stars by JT. It's just something about certain beats. Like, not even the lyrics so much, but the beats. When it comes to, like, stuff that you can smoke to and it's kind of good and vibey and all that. But anyway, with that being said, next I put, Good Luck to Drew and the EGOT. I ain't no hater. I'm a drag her later, but I ain't no hater. But, wait, did I drag her already? I don't know. Nah, not yet. So anyway, I put That Was Sweet of Portia. Wait, Sweet of... Oh, yeah, okay. That Was Sweet of Portia to Buy That House, but ... I'm a little confused because you fight to stay in this home. You pay cash for your mother's home. Also, Dennis, what is this aesthetic? The Nick Cannon turban, the golden, I don't know. Maybe it's a midlife crisis. I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting look for Dennis. But but at any rate, going back to what I was saying, yeah, I don't know. Portia got a lot going on. Trying to fight to keep the marital home, sold your home, which in our heads, okay, she's gonna put that money towards the house. But then you buy your mama house, cash. I mean, I don't know, maybe Sway is funding her. I mean, I'm assuming if you were Portia, in the words of Phaedra.
Got the pussy for the money. You got the money for the pussy.
Yeah. So, at any rate, it was sweet of her to buy the home, though. I do, give Portia the few things that I can give her when I can. So shout out to her on that. I saw some of y'all on Twitter trying to go back and forth with me because I mentioned the fact that, she in a house that she can't afford. She's fighting to stay in a house she can't afford. But it's sweet that her mom bought her a house. It doesn't undo the fact that we don't know for sure if she's going to be able to stay in that house. It cost $7 million. And your homegirl put away her streams of income for $35,000 a month. And I mean, hey, let's be realistic. Simon, she might have said, hey, I have a bill here. Can you pay it? Whatever scammer money he had. However they worked it out. Like, I believe she was getting more than $35,000. They was doing her trips and stuff. But essentially, $35,000 a month to your $2 million and so of paychecks from Dish Nation and not Pretty Little Liars, bitch. Well, at this point, there's most of them is, but Real Housewives of Atlanta. All you had to do, Rodney said this a long time ago. Portia should have weathered the storm, came back season 14. Yes, I fucked that nigga. Yes, I took her. Like, just stand in your shit. And that's one thing I cannot give Portia. I've said it on multiple reviews. She don't stand in her shit. Like, she want to be the princess of Thotlandia, but at the same time, I'm not a hoe. I don't bust it wide open for everyone. I don't know what you do. But at any rate, good luck to Portia. I wish her I can't say I wish her the best because I don't like her, but I mean, hey, I don't wish no ill will on anybody. Well, yeah, she kind of played with sexual assault, so, I mean, fuck her. Whatever happens, happens. So at any rate, the turban is an orange flag at this point. Yeah, for Dennis. I mean, Dennis is a red flag. This nigga got bitches tatted on him. What is... And Candy tried to... Candy better than me. Because not only did you forgive this lady, who I'm assuming the only reason why you and Todd would want to be around her in her space again is because maybe y'all have already done something or want to still do something with her. And she just got that much glamour magic going on. But not only did you allow Portia back into your good graces, Candy, but you was trying to put her up on game about Dennis. When I said I would have let her walk into that burning house all by herself, I wouldn't have told her shit. And maybe in Candy's way of thinking, it was like, let me get my lip back, but look like I'm concerned. So it could be that, but I wouldn't even do all that with her. No. You just said I wanted to rape you. What the fuck? No. Oh my God, when Nene said, Portia might need to check in the pants. Bitch. Alright, so anyway. I'm not even mad at her for bragging. But, wait, what did I put that in regards to? Oh, no, I'm not even mad at her for bragging. I don't know if that was in regards to Portia or the scene after her. I'm not sure, and I can't remember, and I don't know. Because I don't think she was really bragging. That was more of like a sweet moment. She bought Diana her house, as she should, She helped her when she was on the mend with Cordell. Well, not mend, but on the end. But at any rate, I don't know. Cynthia's costume. Shamia. I'm not even mad at her bragging because she said she's laying down with Gerald Milwaukee every night. Bitch, let somebody put me up in a fucking museum. I don't even need a museum. That $9 million you about to spend on the house, baby, just give it to me. Just give it to me. And I ain't no bum ass nigga. Like, watch me flip this into some multi-million-dollar businesses. Like, I'm gonna get on my pinky shit. I'm gonna go talk with her. I'm gonna go view one of her TED Talks. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do what I need to do. But just give me the $9 million. But yeah, if anybody's putting me up like that, you best believe I'm gonna be singing about whatever they got downstairs, whenever I want to, and however I want to, and however loud I want to. I don't give a fuck if your kids around. Child, put them kids to bed. So then great. Next I put Cynthia costume, you. But you're not the glue, baby. You're not the glue. Cynthia is too biased to be the glue. I don't know if Cynthia never liked Shamia or if she felt tried during the Dallas trip by not only Shamia, but the newbies as well, because I do think there's a hierarchy in groups sometimes. And I even saw this echoed within the fan group, our fan base's reaction. Like Kelly and Shamia shouldn't have had issues with the room that every fucking housewife there did not want before they found out who was selected for what room. Nobody wanted that house. None of them wanted it. And just because I just got here, like, y'all, let me join a reality show that's been on for 3 or 4 seasons. You think I'm still not going to speak my mind because these bitches that been here 3 or 4 seasons? I don't give a fuck what you got going on. No. Now, Kelly, you might not want to speak about accommodations that you're comfortable with when you're going through what you're going through. I wouldn't give the people fodder to use on me. Like, I'm going to keep my shit so tight. Not my shit so tight, but, like, okay, if I'm going through it and I'm on a reality show, I'm going to display my real life, but I'm not going to, put myself in the line of fire like that, saying comments like that. But at any rate, yeah, Cynthia is not the glue. Like, and I don't know if she felt a way about them saying the house was dirty because Alyssa Milano, I think that was her name, is the host of the house. I don't know what it was. It was some weird ass energy that Cynthia had for Shamia in particular. And maybe there's some colorism in that in and of itself. Because really, Kelly was the one who was more vocal than Shamia, if I'm not mistaken. At a certain point, when Cynthia brought it up on the bus after, Shamia shut the fuck up and let her get into Kelly's ass about it. Because she had told her, she said she was talking to Kelly, I think, or something shit like that happened. And then she brought it up again later at lunch. Hey, you guys, editing Tyson here. Again, y'all, please share this video. Please like and subscribe. Oh my God. It's almost 5 a.m. and I'm still editing. I came on here to interject real quick. Because one thing that was getting on my motherfucking nerves, well, A lot of things get on my nerves with the Dallas trip. But I don't like when people keep questioning me on shit because it's giving you trying to get a different answer than what the fuck I already told you. Bitch, the rooms was dirty. The rooms was fucking dirty. Get the fucking rooms clean. I'm not changing my motherfucking answer. I don't give a fuck that you've been on this fucking show for a decade plus. I don't give a fuck because I'm thinking back to when Cynthia, and I mean Crystal said it, not Cynthia, but Cynthia has her podcast with Crystal, and they were addressing the Dallas trip and all that stuff. And Crystal was given this hierarchy type of energy that the energy that I touched on earlier that the fans had. Baby, I don't care if I've been there 13 years, 3 months. If I don't like the room and it's dirty, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck how long you been here. Clean the fucking room. The fuck? Y'all drug Kenya ass for filth for being a bad host in South Carolina. Why the Black Housewives in South Carolina, child? That's another another conversation for another day. But at any rate, yeah, like I said, I don't, I really didn't, I'm not feeling, Cynthia can go. She can twirl off with, what that nigga name? I don't know, but it's giving auntie with her nephew. I'm just, oh my God. At first I thought it was kind of cute, like, get you some young, do what you do, because, it ain't like, the men her age, they already been, they was taking blue pills when they was 30 and 35. So, I mean, it don't work no more, but I don't know. It just, when I saw them side by side. And you know what it was? When I first saw them, I was like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. But then I started watching reviews. That's what'll fuck you up. But at any rate, trying to, like, pull that pinky as being aggressive, Kurt shit and all that stuff. And then passive-aggressive ass, you gonna pick a restaurant that has no vegan options. Don't get me wrong. They was in, Texas? Yeah, they was in Dallas. So, it is a lot of meat around here, but Cynthia worked with her, just like, Nene was full of shit. Because we done seen 50 Cent activated before. Just like she got Portia, Phaedra ass together. She got Portia together too, man. Kicked her in the pussy. But just like she got Phaedra ass together on season 7 reunion, we all know what Cynthia's capable of. Do I believe that Cynthia went to pick a restaurant that was highly meat inclusive? Absolutely. So she just was, I don't know, Cynthia was doing a lot to me during the trip. And if the room was dirty, it was fucking dirty. And I'm not gonna stop saying it. I don't give a fuck. Girl, fuck you in that room. But yeah, Cynthia, you can't be the glue. And then, like, this my thing too. People be bringing up Dallas. Bitch, they made up for it. And Cynthia gave Shamia a lap dance. And they hugged. So at this point, we shouldn't be bringing up Dallas no more. Her treatment of Shamia is very lackluster. Kenya or Nene, if given the chance to be the mother of the group, would never move the way Cynthia is moving. And it just goes to show that both of them was right. Cynthia's a flip-flopper. And to be clear, the timeline of Cynthia and Kenya's breakdown is not Brit Edie, as a lot of y'all think. It's actually Ultimate Girls Trip. Cynthia was so used to killing Kenya being the villain. I was going to say killing, as like Kenya and villain together. My speech impediment, my God. But at any rate, she's so used to Kenya being seen as the villain. So when she wasn't, like, when that wasn't happening on the show, she didn't know how to take it. And then everybody loved Kenya. I think she threw a drink. I need to go watch that show, because I read in the comments, somebody said she threw a drink at one of the white women, and I just want to holler so bad at that. Because yes, for the ancestors, you do that, Kenya.
You're a nigga.
So at any rate, she threw a drink at Luann, I think, who I heard is. So I mean, I heard she was getting on everybody's nerves from what I heard. But outside of that, like, I think Cynthia was so used to seeing Kenya at odds with the women on RHOA that when she got to Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, she didn't know how to function. And she was used to being the one that pretty much is Kenya. Like, nobody really has a problem with Cynthia on RHOA. Like, and even when, like, okay, let's say this. Cynthia and Phaedra had their battle season 7. Cynthia and Portia have had back and forth here and there, especially season 8. But in terms of like, we got beef, like Candy and Portia beef, or Candy and Phaedra, or Kenya and either one of them, like she don't have no heavy beef with nobody. So watching Kenya step into the role that she was in, where meanwhile the women, I don't think nobody had beef with her, but they weren't really taking to her like she's used to. It made her feel some type of way. So she kind of, was doing probably some passive aggressive shit and all that. I need to watch that. But at any rate, that's what their breakdown is. Like Brie Edie, I feel like was the icing on top of the cake. Cause bitch, you can still, keep your job and film with this hoe. But for you to have her at your house or you be at her house or whatever it was, and you taking pictures and all this shit. Girl, she tried to threaten to end my life. Or she threatened, no, ain't no try. She threatened to end my life. You got pistols and whips. And y'all sitting here doing all this. Oh, well, she didn't say she did. Y'all bring lawyer speak to conversations that I know if your black ass was in the fucking shit, you wouldn't be sitting there trying to make excuses. Shut the fuck up. Y'all be pissing me off when y'all do that shit. Oh, well, she didn't say. Oh, she... Bitch. Go to the fucking airport, bitch. Get into it with somebody and say you got motherfucking pistols and whips, bitch. And see what the fuck happened to you. Y'all bitches get on my... I cannot stand... Erica De Niro says she can't stand a pretty dumb bitch. I cannot stand feigned ignorance. When you know what the fuck you're doing, when you know what the fuck we're watching, but because you don't like somebody that is happening to, you can't just call it for what the fuck it is. Nobody in their fucking mind would be okay with a new coworker that just started 3 weeks ago threatening gun violence towards them after we done had run-ins about improper fucking hugs. Brie Edie act like a fucking entitled ass nigga at the club to the 10th power. And there's no excuse for that shit, the way that she displayed her ass. I wasn't okay with how Kenya got her get lit back, but hell, part of me wants to say, in the words of Erica De Niro, you said that you threatened me with a gun, and I showed you with a gun in your mouth. Amen. Let the church say amen. There we go. Who is this hoe? Insurance fraud hoe.
Hey, how are you?
Kenya, no, oh my God. And she took more and more shots. I was like, I could tell she didn't want to do it. But I also think that was a build up. She was frustrated with production. Like, it wasn't just Brie Edie. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. But anyway, neither here nor there. That's season Sour 16. We don't have to go back. Nonetheless. I put, let's see, and pretty much, and then I put maybe Shamia is navigating Portia better, or she just, wait a minute. Oh, I put maybe she's navigating Portia better. Like when her and K. Michelle had a conversation, she made a comment, or it could just be she's feeling a little more confident to say that today. Because I can tell this friendship is really, I would love to be a fly on the wall to see what their interactions are like outside of the show. Because I feel like it doesn't give it can't give, like, Portia knows how to work this show. Portia shows tendencies of some psychological issues. That's all I'm going to say, because I'm not a fucking specialist. But, like, she knows how to work the show and work people. But I can't see her being the fun, good girl with Shamia. And like I mentioned earlier, before I had to go to work, their, families are, interwoven. So, like, maybe, Portia does show up for Shamia, like Kenya showed up for Cynthia or Candy, or how, Candy showed up for Portia when the cameras are off. I don't know, or at least enough for Shamia to be pleased with it, to outweigh the other stuff. I ain't gonna lie, bitch. The birthday, baby, the wedding, we would have been done. You're not coming to my wedding? Okay, all right. If we manage to get over that, the wedding and the baby shower, you can't come because didn't she mention a baby shower too, or was it? I don't know. It was too many motherfucking chances for me. That's all I got to say. Rum bombed. Oh, I said maybe she just rum bombed. Because, like, maybe she drunk. And then I said, ooh, damn, Mike, ... And I put, not P trying to be demure with these wings, Maybe she really do like him, cause like I ain't gonna lie, if she was in her acting bed. Well, let me say this. Maybe now some real feelings are there because like I thought she was gonna drop Mike by this point, but maybe some real feelings are there because the way she was eating them wings is about how Drew was eating. How Drew was eating them a couple scenes ago. So I was like, oh, she might actually really like this nigga now. I don't know how it's gonna go with him saying he loves her, and maybe they work that out for him to say that on camera so she could break him off. I don't know. We'll see on next episode. But that was just something I noticed. I hope she pays you well if that's y'all arrangement and your ass was the one who said I love you first. Cause really, God, y'all could have just broke it off after the kids. Cause Portia ain't finna. You already saw Pilar tell her to hold her belly. She ain't finna have no more kids. she not doing that. I don't even blame her. I done got this body tightened up. I done got everything I wanted to pluck, stretch, pulled. No. I'm not doing no more. And if we being honest, I think she had Pilar because Lauren was pregnant. So anyway, Phaedra, the Godfather, is taking me out. Next, I put Kelly. If you actually, the music was taking me out too with Phaedra. Next, I put Kelly. If you actually show Jarvis to Phaedra, ... And then I put ... her ex-husband. That was something that I thought right off the bat was the reason she wasn't giving Jarvis's identity. I wouldn't trust Phaedra that much to show her Jarvis's identity. She was allegedly, like, either Portia was lying about the pastor that Kelly fucked, and Phaedra was willing to go along with it, or Portia was like, I don't know. I don't believe Portia. Portia needs facts. Portia has lied too much on the show, and not only that, she's lied. Like Karen Huger lies, but Karen Huger lies are mostly for herself. She tends to tell the truth about those women and how she views them. She just be delusional about herself. So her lies aren't going to change anybody's life or alter anybody's life. When you have a history of telling lies that alter people's livelihoods, like y'all could have fucked up everything Candy worked for since she was a fucking child. With that, my nigga, like real talk, that shit is whack as fuck, and I hate that for Candy because if I fight this bitch, I'm wrong. I can't sue this bitch because allegedly in their contracts they cannot sue each other. So it's like, what the do I do? So I try to give Candy a little bit of grace for like, not grace because what was done to her was done to her, but I try to give her a little bit of understanding when it comes what I need from you. Okay, all right. So I try to give her a little understanding when it comes to how she, and I mean, she didn't just go right back to getting cool with Portia. I do think Portia getting pregnant, who wants to argue with a pregnant woman? So maybe that helped carry the ties over a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't have, like, we can coexist on the show, basically. Like Kenya season 10 and Portia, I don't think they had really any issues that season. We could just coexist. That's how I would have been with Portia moving forward. Let's see. Next I put, and then I put her ex-husband because, like, let me see, did I, No, we're not getting to that part yet. Sorry. Okay, Drew Yonsei done pissed me off, but let's wait. Now I'm about to get Drew ass. Alright. Next, I put shout out to Kay for actually showing up. But, what does that say? Breadwinner comment. I didn't like that. Like I said earlier in the review, at the end of the day, like, they're married. So at this time, yes, Shamia can afford to take care of all y'all motherfuckers on this couch. But if Gerald decides tomorrow, like a lot of men do, I want something different, then Shamia got to go. And she got to pack her panties and Shiloh and Shia's stuff and figure herself out. And that will look like a different life for her. So I didn't like that comment. Like, Shamia can bring her own income in this house. One thing that Roddy said I think it was Rodney or maybe Erica. No, it might have been Rodney. Somebody said under his comments on YouTube, not Erica, Shamia should do philanthropy, philanthropic work with special needs kids. And I said that would be a great idea. And if she is gonna come back, she should do that. Host events. Continue being transparent about her, personal story, but outside of that, pay these women dust. Like, fuck who she's cool with. As long as Kelly is there, Shamia still is good. If Kelly was not there, Shamia would be, maybe they'll be able to, I'm hoping that they are able to bring Kenya back because that would give Shamia an ally. Now, I don't know if that's possible because one thing that another person, like I mentioned earlier with Taria's perspective of Shamia and what she needs to be accountable for, somebody made a good point. Bravo has had so many sexual assault allegations and cases. And then also when you combine the fact that Kenya is, she might be a favorite with us and she might be the last breakout star they've had on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but network, as far as Bravo and definitely True Reproduction, they don't fuck with her like that. So when you combine that with that and then the weight of what she did, as far as Bristol Edith is concerned, I don't know. But I would hope they can bring her back. So at least she can have a friend in her corner. Excuse me. I don't think Kelly's going anywhere, but I don't know for sure. We never know until, see if they holding peaches or not. I know Andy said he likes this cast as it is, but Shamia just needs another ally on her side. And I would like for Shamia to get to the point where she could just stand on her own 2 feet, but I do think with her people-pleasing ways, she's going to need some people to kind of help guide her through that and break her up out of that shit. Like Kelly said, stop apologizing to these hoes. And Pinky said it too. Now, Pinky, you kind of moving a little up and down for me. I really think Pinky's main goal, though, is her businesses, and then it's not lost on me that she said she don't really hang with females. So Pinky just kind of give me Cynthia in the way of whichever way the wind blow, Long as she ain't got no heavy beef with the people. Or maybe she don't even take the shit personal at all, because I ain't gonna lie, she really did come back pretty quickly with Angela. I know it had been I think a month or 3 weeks after their back and forth when they were at that place where photos were getting taken of the children, but still, I don't know. I'm just very big about if people weaponize my vulnerability, can we come back from that? And normally for me, the answer is gonna be no. But at any rate, Pinky's prerogative. Now, Pinky, if you put Pinky's prerogative on any type of business or branding, I want my motherfucking 30%, Pinky. So at any rate, back to the notes, though. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God, this review gonna be so long. Okay, Shamia, stop fucking apologizing. Drew, apologize for not lying about kissing lying about not kissing Latoya. Apologize for that, Drew. Apologize for bringing your personal storyline on season 16 when the finale is next week. Apologize for that. Season 16, I'm in episode shit. Apologize for lying about the Tampa trip storyline because I heard that was a fucking lie. Apologize for that. Apologize for doing the most. Given that crusty ass wig profit storyline back in season 13. That's what the fuck you apologize for. Bitch, Portia couldn't even she couldn't even defend your ass when you brought that raggedy ass fucking wig to that damn, what they call it? White elephant. Yeah, she couldn't even defend your ass. She was like, but you got the real gift, right? Portia ain't that damn dumb. So at any rate, it's so funny how when Gretchen gets a little up in the leagues, how she start acting. Because definitely, girl, you a Gretchen at best, please. And again, I'm going to sing 5 on it all day long, but Drew and the way she move, I just don't, She can go. the crusty ass wig as a gift. And then like a cassette player, or what was it, a record player? A tape recorder? Baby, you can't, like, the nigga couldn't just record him. That shit was weird. On your phone, like with your phone voice memos. Drew is weird. So at any rate, oh yeah, coming for Kenya about Mark, when she defended you to Ralph. Apologize and be accountable for that, Drew. Shut the fuck up. And lied about dropping with Drew. Oh, dropping with nobody, Drew. Shout out to K. Michelle for that assist. Taking up for the same lady who last season asked your nigga how he eat pussy verbatim. That's what you need to apologize and be accountable for, Drew. Shut the fuck up. And then I put Shamia should apologize to Portia. Girl, fuck you and Portia. So at any rate, whole new low. Shamia, you were there, season 9. Like, again, it's gonna take some while for Shamia to work out of her people-pleasing ways. And I hope she got a nice, good, black, preferably female therapist to help her work through her shit. And just say what the fuck it is. Because when I say, as soon as whichever one of the hoes said it went to a new low, and I feel like it was Cynthia, I would have said Cynthia, season 9, Candy, rape allegations. Really? That wasn't low? Like, Shamia don't know how to back them hoes off her yet. Hopefully, Shamia, I'm doing all this windmilling for you, girl, and my favorite's gone. She twirled off. Please do not get to this reunion. I don't want to hear one I'm sorry. I'm so serious, Shamia. Or next season, you on your fucking own. I'm so serious. I don't know. Please don't say I'm sorry, Shamia. Please don't. So anyway. I put get her Kelly, and then I put Angela, you are full of shit. Like, let's be very fucking clear. What happened here is they done got liquored up. George can't even really comprehend what the fuck is going on. And he might have said something sideways about Shamia. The point is, Angela sat there and posed the question of, I asked his wife, could I say something on Shamia and if it would make her feel a type of way? And then followed up with, did you fuck George? Bitch, you knew what the fuck you was doing. You knew what the fucking implications was. Let's not fucking play this fucking game just because George is drunk and a fucking lecherous ass, old ass, Andre ass, Dr. G looking ass nigga. He looked just like Dr. G. In a different, actually not even in a different font. The only difference is his Dr. G beard ain't green. When Dr. G hopped out that motherfucking, what was it? What did he hop out of? For my Married to Medicine folks. Y'all let me know what he hopped out. Was it a buggy? It was a little short car. Because he a little short man. So at any rate, oh, by the way, I just saw that he and Sweet Tea unfollowed each other. Oh my God. When Quad said, and you made him a promise that you could not yet deliver. Oh, Jesus. Is it bad that I ain't feel bad for Sweet Tea in that moment? Because you dropped up in the DMs and said, I can give you what you want. But at any rate, and after seeing him at the Fool with Quad, y'all don't listen to the Yelp reviews with these niggas. But some people gotta watch and some people gotta learn themselves. But at any rate, baby that lie as short as your heel. LOL. Oh my God, when I say, I about to spit out my drink. Kelly to me, her comedic timing, it ain't even so much what, it's the timing, it's everything. Like, it's everything. In fact, Shamia would benefit from being more closer to Kelly and also Kenya. So she could work on the timing as well as the effectiveness. Don't get me wrong now. Shamia, a lot of y'all trying to make her look like she pumped puss. Shamia had Phaedra crying in that corner season 9 because Phaedra couldn't rehearse no reads with Shamia because she ain't morally much even knew Shamia was going to be coming out for a piece of the segment. Or if she did know, that wasn't who her main focus was going to be. She was going to have them rehearse reads ready for Kenya and Candy. Laser focus. Just how Scorpio do. So she wasn't ready for Shamia. And Shamia had her ass, yeah, she got a couple cute jabs in, but Shamia won that shit. She was closer to the back and forth with Cynthia than she was with Shamia season 9. So Shamia has it in her to do what she need to do this reunion. I hope she don't apologize. Y'all gonna see me flailing around like Rodney and crying and throwing myself on whatever I can throw myself on the video of that first reunion if I hear an apology. First reunion on that part 1 or 2. I hope it's just 2 parts because we really don't need 3, but we'll see. Let's see. I love how Kelly ain't what that say? How Kelly ain't sweet. Girl, I don't know what the fuck that say. But I live for Kelly, I ain't gonna hold you. I put Angela, did you forget how your nigga I really want to know what I was trying to say about Kelly. How Kelly ain't, I don't know, but I love how she stand up for herself. She ain't going down without a motherfucking fight, I know that much. How your nigga showed up last year, that's what I was trying to say about Angela. Like, literally, there were think pieces and think tweets, and like literally people was taking that time out of their videos like to spend about 5 to 10 minutes about the dynamics of Angela and Charles. So I'm very big component of, if you're gonna read me, I shouldn't be able to throw the read back on you. Like, for instance, Phaedra's famous pizza read towards Kenya. First of all, I wish Kenya would have interrupted her because I felt like that shit was rehearsed, and as soon as she cut her off, she would have stopped. But for me, I don't know what Kenya's brain was at. For me, it was like, this shit is lame anyways, because my father might be an ex-murderer or needed $10 to ejaculate in a cup, but the father of your kid's bitch, he going to jail, bitch. And y'all married, so that way you ain't got to say nothing about it. Let's just be honest. Phaedra track record, if you look into her past, now she's smart enough to not get caught up. She always know how to work angles and do things, and maybe that was a part of her getting on the show. I don't know. But your baby daddy is in jail. Your baby daddy is a statistic. So you might want to calm down on the baby daddy jabs towards Kenya. And really, even when Kenya got with Mark, like seeing how y'all were salivating about that shit, all of these women have ain't shit ass niggas. Literally all of them. Even down to Todd, as we found out in the last year or so. So, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I put Drew, is it true you're a deadbeat mother? That's what the fuck I would have said. I would be wearing Drew the fuck out. I think a lot of y'all feel bad for Drew for the way that Portia came in her last season, which I ain't gonna lie, I do think it was overdone. It was overkill. I don't know if they had it set up as a storyline because I don't put nothing past Drew and Portia, but especially because they weren't really at odds before when they left off on season 13. If anything, Drew was fucking beefing with Kenya on behalf of Portia. So I don't put it past them to concoct the storyline. But just like Leah and Jacqueline on Potomac concocted one, and then shit started getting actually real, like, oh, we not playing no more. Like, that's kind of, I don't know if that's that, or if Drew was just completely in the dark about Portia's goal of not discussing Simon's season Sour 16. But neither here nor there, like, the way Portia drunk the fuck out of her, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Portia got too much power. That's what I do understand. So anyway, oh shit. So anyway, my next note, we're almost done, guys. Last page. My next note, when Ashley said he ain't meant it to say, give Shamia some money for the pussy, all I could think of was, out to Phaedra. Now that's a quotable. I don't give a fuck about that season 16 dry ass rehearse read towards Kenya. But that shit right there is funny as fuck. Angela would have to get escorted out of my house. Tammy Roman, DJ Duffy style. Like, at this point, you fucking up the mood. We drinking, we having a good time. Yeah, the group is gonna be on whose side they're gonna be on, who team, so they're not gonna tell Angela, like, girl, stop it. But you can get the fuck out of my house. That's how I would have handled Angela. If I was Shabia. Next, I put Cynthia is such a fucking disappointment. We already went into that earlier. The flip-flopping shit is just like, you're the eldest of the group. If I'm not mistaken, was Cynthia older than Nene? I'm not sure about that, but like the way you're fucking moving, you're the oldest of the group. Yet you're easily swayed. And I don't know, maybe Portia really is the Giselle of our HOA. Like, in fact, I don't even put it past her because season 13, they had Kenya looking like she was doubting Portia's activism when the truth of the matter is Portia was doing shit behind the scenes to make shit look a certain way. And instead of taking out all the instead of just taking out the whole context of Black Lives Matter that Portia was trying to keep out, they kept in where Kenya was chiming in on shit that they had got into arguments about and this, that, and the third. Candy was trying to do shit behind the scenes and get black production people hired. What does that stop Portia from doing her public activism shit from? With getting arrested and shit like that? Why does one need to happen and not the other? You know what I'm saying? If it's really about the cause. But it's not. It's about what Portia can do to make Portia look better. And she probably started doing that shit because that's around the time she was allegedly fucking with that nigga that she told Fallon was 56, not 59 or whatever she said. That nigga who she almost walked into his house and then remember, oh shit, I'm on camera, let me ring the doorbell. That nigga that she walked into his house, took her Fallon's Hennessy and her husband and walked the fuck out, allegedly. Because this ain't no Tasha K, bitch. So at any rate, now I want to go back and watch Portia's face when Fallon said she brought her husband. I want to go watch her face on season 13. Shout out to K. Michelle for sticking up for Shamia in the group. My God, finally. She been doing it in confessionals, but she ain't been doing it out loud. Well, here and there. And then I said, Shamia don't want that man. Like, even when she was discussing him giving a donation, like, she winced her face up. And it's like, I don't think she... Look at George. He looks like fucking Dr. Gregory Cicero Lunsford with a green beard. It's even worse than Gregory Cicero Lunsford. And the way he talks about his wife, listen to that fucking trailer of their show. Do you think Shamia is going to be, like... You would be better off saying she was going to be fucking the players. And like I said in one of my reviews, maybe they got some Karen Huger, Ray type shit going on where, hey, you get your piece of meat, I don't want to hear about it though. Who knows? But shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to fuck up my marriage. In this $9 million museum, my man. What the fuck? So at any rate. Next I put Pinky stupid. I don't like the way she moving with Shamia. But when she said, I think you did pay for pussy. Now, I don't know if she was saying Shamia's pussy or not. If she was, then that's not funny. Pinky, don't do that. But the way she leaned in and said, like, Pinky is funny as fuck. Oh, my God. Don't tell nobody, but I think... I'm just saying, I don't know. They be editing stuff a certain way. Like I mentioned earlier with the season 13 thing, so you never know. I don't know if she was saying he'd pay for Shamia's or if he was just saying he would pay in general. I don't. But Pinky, I do buy my eye on you, baby. So anyway, next I put that little pudgy bald head man, K. Michelle. Oh my God. K. Michelle is so funny. It's not even just what she say, but it's the accent too. I have a thing for Memphis women. I like me some K. Michelle. I like me some Jessica Dime. Glorilla move weird, but I do like her. I like their accents, how they talk and shit. Like that to me, like a lot of y'all be moved by like Spanish accents or Italian accents. To me, it's that country shit. Like I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you know, I hear some, you know, I had a Spanish one too, you know, back in my day. I don't know what you did. But, you know. But anyway, I put Angela is once again I put now K ... That might have been for the Pudgy Bald Man. I need to structure my notes better. I promise y'all I'm gonna work on this moving forward. Let's put, and then I'm good at certain things. Like I did put where I needed to start to resume this part of the video, but it be other things where I just be writing, be trying not to miss stuff. But it's weird because I be pausing, I will rewind, all that stuff. But I'll get better because this what happened. I literally said I'm gonna sit down and watch, and then I'm gonna watch, take notes. So I just need to get better at that part. But I got y'all. But y'all need to make sure y'all liking this motherfucking video and sharing it. And share the shit. I be sharing my creators I fuck with. I share Erica De Niro's TV videos. I be sharing Roddy the Voice. If you fuck with me, share my shit. Thank you. The fuck. So anyway, share, like, dislike, comment, do all that. Send the cash app if you want to, please. It's hard out here for a pimp. So anyway, I put Angela is once again Junebug. That's what I put. Yeah. Next I put the bum shade had me hollering. I also put I put Portia looked sexy in something, and I put yes, better produce. I don't know, towards the end they were focusing on Shamia and the party, so I don't know what Portia really looked sexy in. Cause I already talked about Pilar in the photo shoot earlier. I mean, she looked good there too. That's one thing I'll give Portia. She looks good. Look sexy in red. Maybe I said that. I think I might have said that. So at any rate, oh no. Yeah, she looks sexy in red when she had the red hair. Yeah. Portia looks very good in red. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I still give her shit and drag her all day long, but hey, she look good as fuck. She probably good in bed. You know, it is what it is. But, you know. Next, I put Judge Hatchet. Bitch, K. Michelle was drunk as fuck. She was on the Jack Daniels when she said, bitch, when oh shit, oh my god, I think that's the Wi-Fi connector shit. Oh my god. When K. Michelle said, Judge Hatchet, bitch. I love you, Judge Hatchet. I put LMAO hollering, and that's exactly what I just did just now. And then I put Jarvis funny. Next I knew that was Pinky ass. And then I put Kelly is who I thought that ass belonged to. Or, no, I put Kelly dash damn Drew. Kelly was wearing your ass out. And then I ain't gonna lie, Kelly was so drunk, did she say flat ass number 2? I don't know, was she referencing herself as the number 1 flat ass, or was she saying somebody else in the group? So now I wanna know who's the flat ass number 1. Actually, I think it's the latter. Who is the flat ass number 1? Who is that, Kelly? And then I put, I wanna be friends with drunk Kelly. Kelly be having me on the fucking floor. Even when she was doing her cringe ass, Gerald, you're such a good father, and and looking back, maybe that was because she was about to move into their property. I don't know, but you know, like, Kelly is funny to me. Next I put Yeah, I put who was flatback number 1. And then I put Drew. They shaded you as far as the picture and your confessional. Excuse me. I'm sorry, for them to use this confessional with Drew where the wig is down here, and then the bodysuit is that brown look with the makeup, and like they was throwing shade. Production was throwing shade, dude. And then like I'm not gonna lie, when I looked at Drew again, I guess I feel like I've said it earlier, when LaToya walked out and said, "I'm happy to see everyone Andy except for SpongeBob."
I mean,
like, I'm so confused on the timeline of Drew and her BBL because I don't know. And then it does take a year to settle in. If you get like pretty much anything, if you get, fat, lipo, removal, whatever, it takes about a year for things to settle in. And then you got to make sure you're taking care of it and maintaining it. So I don't know, Drew. I don't know. Next, I put drag Drew because what the fuck is this? And then I put, if I was Shamia, LOL, wait, I put ... LOL, LOL, she be world by the, whatever Kim Michelle said, that's what it was. When she said Beyonce world and delusion or some shit, that shit was funny. But if I was Shamia, I would have been going off on Drew. If not in that moment, because let me keep it cool at my party, in the reunion, I'm going to let her have it. I just don't believe that horse and that nigga Terry that looks like Terry, the equivalent of Drew, bringing around or having Terry around was the equivalent of Kelly bringing Trey at that fucking dinner. Like, we should not have seen Terry again. And I just don't, when Drew, this is the problem. When you come onto the screen giving actress, we don't know when you're acting or not. Because all that, oh my gosh, this is so much. We don't know I don't know if Drew is truly surprised or not. So this is the problem. She typecasted herself as an actress. So now we don't know if it's true or not. And being that the Tampa trip was allegedly a lie, being that you lied about kissing LaToya, being that you allegedly, because again, this ain't no Tasha K, she ain't finna get me, but like you have all these question marks around you. So yeah, I do believe that the Terry thing was a setup. I don't know if I believe that Drew didn't know that wasn't gonna happen. And Drew's whole thing this season has been get a lick back at Shamia. So, when they're filming this, I don't think they necessarily know at the time what's gonna be the finale and all that. So I mean, hell, if I'm Drew and I got beef with Shamia, rightfully so, because Shamia did drag the fuck out you last season, not as much as Portia did, and you back on her lap. But, she did drag you. You wanted that top lap dog spot, and you got it down. Angela is on the other lap. So, if that was your little get back, just in case this was a season finale and you want to show out, I guess. But I don't know. I would have cussed you the fuck out. If not in that moment, definitely would have cussed her out at the reunion. But with that being said, like my hair, y'all be kinky, do great things in life. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Let me take my frigid duck looking ass. Shout out to Freddie. Oh my God. Okay, it's time to go. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode down below. Are y'all excited for the finale? Are y'all excited for the reunion? Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna go edit this god-awful long video. I'm probably gonna be up. That's it. Y'all please like and subscribe. It's 2:01. I'm probably gonna be up till at least 4. I don't know, maybe so. Cause I like to, edit in the memes and stuff like that. But y'all please share this video if you enjoy it. Please like, comment, dislike. I don't care. Just engage. Oh my God, this video is long as fuck. And I will get back to y'all on the next video. Peace. Y'all, I'm gonna have to stop watching Bondi Blue right now. Not in general, just right now. Because now I'm coming in and adding a tidbit that I didn't even catch. Now, I did touch on Portia and her relationship with her daughter, but Bondi just made a good fucking point on her review. The fact that, and she said people talk how they think. I like that. I don't get me wrong, people can misspeak and people can, put their foot in their mouth from time to time. However, the fact that Portia had her house full of her and Simon, like photos of her and Simon. Where was PJ, baby? What? I don't got a. Do I have a pen? Shout out to the pens. Where is PJ? Where was you and PJ, baby? And we can't forget when she had PJ in her lap, in his lap, on a private jet. Per her timeline, when she only knew him for a month. Save PJ. Justice for PJ. Prayers for PJ. All right, that's all I gotta say. Bye, y'all.